Hello guys, welcome to Daniel Maths Academy. This is Monday JAMB Maths, Math series with Daniel. So if you're just joining us now, today we're going to be looking at solving questions on JAMB and past questions. So I'd like you to stick with us, alright, and then get your calculator, get your notebook, get your writing material, and let's get started. Mind you, if you're just joining us and this is your first time, please don't forget to hit the subscription button and then subscribe to our channel, like our videos, and share. Right, turn on your notification bell so that when we bring you more videos, you'll be the first to get our latest videos. Now let's get on to the first question, even as we get started. So with the first question today, we're going to be looking at the first question. Here says the pie chart drawn shows the various subjects chosen by students. Now, the school has a total number of 18,600 students. Find the number of students offering biology. All right, so this is what we're looking at this morning. And so first of all, we must note that the sum of all this is a pie chart, and then we have law 95 degree, agric 50 degree, physics 63 degree, biology 75 degree, Igbo 42 degree, and maths 35 degree. All right, now the sum of all of these should give you 360 degree. That's the first thing that you need to note. All right, so for, well, you're going to have that 95 degree plus 50 degree plus 63 degree. We add all of this plus 75 degree for biology plus 42 degree for Igbo and plus 35 degree for math. Finally, okay, so that's all of this should give you 360 degree. Verify that. That is the first step to start. Now we'll ask to find the number of students that is offering biology. Now the total number of students given in this school is 18,600 students. All right, now for biology we have, so we're going to take a portion of biology which you can see here. So we're going to take a portion of students offering biology which you can see from this section, that is this section and this section, and finally we'll have looking at this angle. All right, so this is going to be a portion of the entire pie chart. So what do you do now? It's going to become the section required is for biology, which is going to be 75 degree. Now out of a total of what, the total portion is 360 degree. Okay, 360 degree. Now multiply by what is the total number of students in this school? That is 18,600. All right, so if you do this math, you will find out that your final answer, all right, is going to give you option D, 3875. So if you multiply, you divide this by this, all right, and then you divide this. So we're going to here, this will give you 18. 2 we're going to 8, this will give you 9. 2 we're going to 6, it will give you 330, 930, right? Now, so keep going, keep dividing. At the end of the day, it's your calculator, so that's going to give you 3,875 students offered biology, which signifies this is equivalent to 75% of the total students, or 75% degree out of a total of 360 degree in a pie chart. So this is the solution to this first question. All right, now let's get to the second question. Remember, if you have any challenge, you could pause the video and then go over the video again. Now let's look at question number 2. Question number 2 says that a cylindrical tank has a capacity of 3080 meter cube. What is the depth of the tank if the diameter of the base is 14 meters? Okay, so now we get to draw the tank. So let's just see if we can get a model of our tank. All right, now this is to be a cylindrical tank. Now, and then this of course is going to be our base, right? Now then we'll have, this is going to be the top of the cylinder. All right, now so now we told that this cylinder has right, that the base, look at this, at the diameter of the base. So this is the base. Okay, now the diameter of the base here is 14. Okay, now the diameter of the base is 14. So base, diameter of base, D is equals to 14 meters. Now we're told that the depth of the tank, which has to do, so we're looking for the depth of the tank, which is the height. So from here, we're looking for the height of the tank, which is going to be from here. Which is going to be from this point all the way down to here. And we're going to give that as H. All right, so we're going to identify that point as point H. All right, so this is going to be H. We're looking for H. Right now, we know the volume. So now the volume, let's record this formula, that the volume of a cylinder, all right, is equals to the diameter of the base times the height. Okay, diameter of base multiplied by the height. Now, what's the diameter of the base? The base has a circular diameter. Okay, so that's going to be the diameter of a circle, right? So the diameter of a circle multiplied by the height. What's the diameter of a circle? Diameter of a circle. Okay, what's the area? Sorry, that's going to be the area of a circle. Okay, that's going to be the area of a circle multiplied by the height. Now, what's the area of a circle? Area of a circle is pi r square multiplied by height. So that's going to give us the volume. So in this case, we have that the volume is given now, but take note also that the radius is given instead of the height. So the radius of the base circle is given. So remember, if diameter is equal to 14, so take note of this, that diameter, right, is equals to 2 times of radius. So that means radius is going to be diameter divided by 2. Now the diameter is given as 14. So 14 divided by 2, that's going to be 7 meters. Alright. So the volume already is given to us 3080 is equals to pi is given as 22 over 7. 22 over 7 times this is going to be 7 square and times height. Alright. So if we do that, this is going to give us 3080 times 7. Multiply this by this is going to give us 22 times 49, which is 7 square. 49 times the height. Now, so the height is going to give us 3080 times 7 divided by, this is going to be divided by 22 times 49, and if we multiply this and divide with this, we're going to get the final answer to be 20 meters. So our answer is going to be option number C. You divide that by that, you get the answer to be 20 meters. All right, so move over to question number 3. Now, if you're joining us, please don't forget to like our videos and share. Okay, quickly subscribe our videos to reach the people that this video already needs to get to. Thank you very much. Let's get started with question number 3. Now in question number 3, we have that this question is asked, very interesting question. We ask calculate the value of x in the figure. Now what is the figure? Figure is two triangle, all right, meshed together. So we have triangle arrow ZP and triangle arrow Z and O. Okay, so now these two triangles is given us to find the value of x, which is this point. All right, now so what we're going to do with this is to understand and note that we need to first of all bring out this triangle. So I'm going to bring out the first triangle here, which is going to become triangle. So let me get this out. So if I get this out, I have this, and then I have this. So this is going to become my first triangle. Okay, now this is R, this is Z, it's my right angle triangle, and this is P. So this, I'm going to call this triangle 1. Okay, now triangle 1, I have this 60-degree. So what I'm looking for x. All right, so now let's look at this now. So we don't know this point, and we need to also find distance between P and Z. Now the distance between P and Z, I'm just going to call the distance between P and Z, I'm going to call that as my y. Okay, so I need to find the distance between P and Z, I'm going to call that y. Now in order to make use of the first function, now you can see from here that this is going to be opposite. So I know I need to find there, I need to also find there. So this is tan, which is opposite over what? Over adjacent. So tan 60° is equals to, my opposite to the angle is x, divided by my adjacent, which is pz, that is equals to y. All right, now so I have this. I'm looking for x, don't forget. So x, if I make x out of the formula, x is going to give me y tan 60°. This is going to be my equation 1, all right, based on my first triangle. Now I'm going to redraw this again, this time around with the second triangle. All right, now the second triangle, so this is going to give me, so I'm going to take this, so this is going to give me this, is going to give me this, and I have this part. All right, so now based on that, I'm going to have this. So this is my R, this is Z, and this is my right angle triangle, and this is point O. So this is my second triangle. The angle here is 30°. All right, so remember that py was, this point was already y. Okay, distance here was y. So if my P to Z is Y and O to Z is going to give me OP plus PZ. So this point is going to give me 3 plus X, 3 plus Y, okay? So this is going to be 3 plus Y. Distance from O to Z is going to be 3 plus Y. Remember, I'm looking for this point 2, which is X. So I'm going to use the same function, opposite over adjacent. So this is going to become, so for triangle 2, I'm going to say this in triangle 2, I have tan 30° is equal to x divided by 3 plus y. Right now, so making x equal to the formula, x is going to give me 3 plus y tan 30°. So this is my equation 2. Now I've been able to form two equations from these equations. So my equation 1 is y tan 60 and x is equal to y tan 60. My equation 2 is equal to this. I'm going to take this equation to solve simultaneously, because I'm going to equate these two equations. I'm going to equate these two equations, and let's do that to see in the next lesson. So don't forget that my first equation is x is equal to y tan 60°, equation 1, and second equation, x is equals to 3 plus y tan 30°. This is equation 2. Let's verify that. 3 plus y tan 30 and y tan 60. So since they are both equal to x, so x is equal to this and x is equal to this, I can now see therefore that this is equal to this. This x is same, since x are equal, I'm going to equate both of them. It's going to give me y tan 60° is equal to 3 plus y tan 30°. Okay, so you can see from here we're looking for what? So what I'm looking for, I have to first of all find y. So you can see that if I do that, I'm going to have that y is equal, so if I divide both sides by 60, it's going to give me 3 plus y, okay, tan 30° divided by tan 60°. Okay, so I need to first of all solve this. So what is tan 60, what is tan 30° divided by tan 60°? Okay, so we need to do this using we have to do this using trig function. So let's quickly do this here, since this is JAMB question. So let's quickly do this. So I need to find this. Now let's remember that this point is going to be 2, this point is going to be 1, and this point we need to find this. So using Pythagoras theorem, we need to find this angle. Remember, this angle is, here is going to be 30° and here is going to be 60°. Okay, so remember that this point is going to be root 3, because at the end of the day, once you find Pythagoras theorem, it's going to be the square of this side plus the square of this side, so this is going to give you root 3, right? So now let's look from here. What is tan 30? This is tan 30. Tan is opposite over hypotenuse, so opposite over adjacent. Tan is opposite over adjacent, so tan 30 is going to give us 1 over root 3, and that's going to give us, if we rationalize this is going to give us root 3 over 3. So tan 30 is this, and what is tan 60? Tan 60°, tan is opposite over adjacent, so tan is 3. So if we plug that in, y here is going to give us 3 plus y into, so this is going to give us what? Root 3. So this is going to be times, I'm going to do this now. So this is going to be root 3 over 3 and then divide by, so this is going to be this 30 and then divide by root 3. Okay, root 3. So if I do this, this will give me 3 plus y times root 3 divided by 3 times, this is going to be over 1, so this is going to be 1 divided by root 3. So if I cancel root 3 over this, so this is going to give me, so this is going to give me 3 plus y and all of this divided by 3. All right, okay, so let's see that. And so finally I'm bringing this y is equals to 3 plus y divided by 3. So if I cross multiply this is going to give me 3y is equals to 3 plus y. Now bring y over here, that will give me 3y minus y is equals to 3. This will give me 3, this is going to give me 2y is equals to 3, and therefore y is equals to 3 over 2, which is equals to 1.5. So my y is 1.5. All right, you can see that, and I'm going to use that to find my x. Remember that x was what? So x is equals to y tan 60. All right, so going to that, so we have that. If I do that, you have that. So moving on that, you will see, so based on that, you see that if I solve that back to my equation, that x, so let me just solve that in here, all right, so that we can just see that. So you can see here that my x is equals to y tan 60 degree, and x is going to give me, my y is 1 over 1.5, that is 3 over 2 times my y, and my tan 60 is root 3. Okay, so you can see that finally my x is going to give me 3 root 3 divided by 2. 3 root 3 divided by 2. So let's go back and look for the answer. 3 root 3 divided by 2. So you see the correct option to this question is option B, 3 root 3 divided by 2. So take note, there was no calculator. All we needed to do was use our short form, all right, to find our tan 60 and tan 30. Then we used it to, of course, solve our question. So that is what the question looks like. You can pause the video and remember, go back to see how we were to get to this point. Now let's move on to question number 4. Now in question number 4, we are given that a point Q. Okay, we're given that in question number 4 that a point Q, all right, is on the same horizontal distance as the foot of a tower. Okay, so question number 4, a point Q is on the same horizontal level as the foot of a tower if the distance of Q from the foot of the tower is 180 meters. So let's look at that and give that the question. A point Q is on the same level. So let's look at that. Now, what is this tower looking like? Now, this is what it's going to look like. Okay, now this is what it's going to look like, and then we have that is Q is on the same foot as the base of a tower. So if we move on with this, you can see that. So let's call this to be the tower. All right, so you can see this to be the tower, and here we'll have this happens to be the ground level of the tower. Okay, take note of that. This happens to be the ground level. So now the tower, this is called the base of the tower to be T. So let's call this point to be point T, right? Now this is point T, which is the foot of the tower. And then we'll have a point, we are told of a point Q. Okay, so this is point Q, which is on the same level. All right, now we are told also that the height of the tower is 120 meters. You can see that the height of the tower is 120 meters. Right, so you can see that height of the tower is 120 meters. So 120 meters. All right, now also we are told that the distance from the base of the building, all right, to Q is 180 meters. Okay, so this is 180 meters. So distance from here is 180 meters. So which is from this point to this point. Now we're asked to find the angle of elevation of Q from the top. Find the angle of depression. Take note, please. Angle of depression All right, so this is the tower. All right, now, and of course we're going to project a line from here, of course, to tell us that this is the floor level at the top of the tower. Now we're looking for an angle of elevation from that point, angle of depression from that point. So the angle of depression is going to be in this direction. So the angle of depression is going to be towards this area. So we're looking for angle of depression theta. All right. Now, so looking at this, we're going to use our trig function. We know the opposite and we know our adjacent. The opposite is the base. Okay, TQ, and then the adjacent is the height of the tower. So we're going to use tan theta is equal, so opposite is 180 meters all over 120 meters. All right, so if you divide that, this cancels this, and you can see that. So you can see that 3 can go here, 3 will give us 6, 3 here will give us 4, and then we divide that to give us 3 over 2, which is something as 1.5. So tan theta is equals to 1.5, which is 3 over 2. What is theta? So theta now is going to give us the tan function, okay, tan inverse of 1.5 degree. So therefore, theta is going to give us 56.03 degrees, okay, 56.3, right? Take note of that, 56.30 meter degrees. So this is the answer to this question. All right, so if you look at that, you see 56.3. All right, so this is approximately this. All right, 56.30 at approximately. So this is the answer to this question. Now this is the answer. So now let's quickly move on to the next question. Now moving on to the next question, we'll have this. Don't forget to like this video and then also to comment. Drop a comment on the question section on the topic you like us to work on more. If you're finding value in this video, please do subscribe to that channel. Let's look at question number 5. And in question number 5, you ask to solve the set of equation. Now this is simultaneous equation, so we can use any of the method to solve this. There are two methods in solving simultaneous equation. We could decide to use elimination method. We could decide to use the substitution method, and the third method, which mostly is graphical method, but mostly we can't use that right now. So we're going to stick by using the elimination method. So let's look at this. We have the equations are 3x plus 4y is equals to 5, and then we have 7x plus 2y is equal to 8. So you can see that this is equation 1, this is equation 2. Now for us to solve this, we need to eliminate one of these options. So let's eliminate y, because y usually has the lowest figure, right? So I'm going to use that. Now let's move on to doing that. In doing that, we need to cross multiply. We need to exchange the variables. So like the coefficient of the, since we're eliminating y, so the coefficient of y in equation 2 is 2, and I'm going to use that 2 to multiply everything in equation 1. Take note of that. I'm going to use the value of the coefficient of y in equation 2 to multiply everything in equation 1. So this is going to multiply by 2, and then we'll go to equation 1. What is the value, what's the coefficient of y in equation 1? Look at it here, which is 4. I'm going to use that to multiply everything in equation 2. So if we do that, what do we have? So this is going to give me, from that, 2 times 3x is going to give me 6x, plus 2 times 4y is going to give me 8y. And then we'll have, so let me use the color for that. So we'll have 8y, and this is going to give me equal to 2 times 5 is 10. Now I'm going to go down to the next one. 4 times 7x is going to give me 28x, plus, now let's go this 4 times 2y, this is going to give me 8y, and this is going to be equal to 4 times 8 is going to give me 32. Now with this, you can see that I can now eliminate my x values are the same. You can see that what sign am I going to introduce to eliminate x here? So 8y, 8y. If I put a plus sign, that's going to give me 16y. So plus sign may not work or will not work. So the best sign I'm going to use here is minus. All right, so you can see 8y minus 8y, this is going to give me 0. So you can see this is now going to go off, and then I can now subtract this. So what is going to be 6 minus 28? All right, so 6 minus 28, this is going to give me minus 22x, and this is going to be equal to 10 minus 32. This is going to give me minus 22. Okay, so take note of that. Now what do I do? So minus cancel minus, we can go from that way, and x is equal to 22 divided by 22, which is equal to 1. So I've gotten the value of x. I'm going to substitute the value of x into equation 2. So into end of the equation. All right, so I'm going to do equation 2 is 7x plus 2y is equals to 8. So 7x is 1 plus 2y is equals to 8. 7 times 1 is 7 plus 2y, okay, plus 2y. So take note of that. So this is going to give me plus 2y is equal to 8. So 2y is equals to 8 minus 7, which automatically will give me that 2y is equal to 1. Therefore, y is equal to 1 over 2 divided by 3. So you can see here that my answer is that x is equal to 1 and y is equal to 1 over 2. So that is the answer to this simultaneous equation. Now let's look at the option to see the one that best suits. X is equal to 1 and y equals to 1 over 2. So option D is the best answer. You can see that is the answer to what you've looked at. So let's move on to the next question. Now in this question, look at question number 6. If the second and fourth term of a GP are 8 and 32 respectively, so we have a GP looking at in this form. The first term is A, the second term is A times R, the third term is A times R square, and so on and so forth. Right, so now we are told already that the second term, which is AR is equal to 8. All right, so now and the eighth term, the fourth term, okay, so the fourth term, this is first term, second term, third term. The fourth term is going to be AR3. All right, so the fourth term being AR3 raised to power 3 is equals to 32. Now we need to first of all find the value of A. To do that, we're going to divide this is equation 1, this is equation 2. So we're going to divide equation 2 by